You said they got a good.
You Emmy Award, my boy. ESPN. Shirt and all, my boy. Shirt and all. Put the shirt on. Put the shirt on. Put it on. Put the shirt on. Put the shirt on.
But it's cool, bro.
It said, look, Mom. You gonna play it cool. Yeah, I want to be in it. Hit me award. From the hit on. He ain't want damn.
Something shifted inside the Cleveland Browns locker room, and insiders say it wasn't subtle, quiet, or accidental. It was loud, symbolic, and deeply intentional. As sources claim, after weeks of tension, scrutiny, and outside noise surrounding Shedeur Sanders, veteran players stepped up in a way that sent a clear message. The locker room sees him, respects him, and has his back.
And do everything he had to do there, then we would come back, and go to a field, go to Ball and Wallace. They've been helping us out a lot, especially like with the weather and everything, just making sure we good with everything we need and taking care of us. We've been going up there and getting our work in Monday, Tuesday, and then I would fly from here straight to Nashville and work with Cam on Wednesdays. But now, since Shedeur's been playing the last few weeks, we took out Monday. We do our stuff on Tuesday. Just kind of staying sharp, watching the film, cleaning up stuff that he needed to clean up the week before, stuff that he's might have felt off about or feel like he needs to change, and just make adjustments from the past week, right? Because they do so much with the coaches on just football related, getting ready for the game. That's why I come in and kind of help them on all the technical stuff, all the mechanical stuff, all that stuff that needs to be worked on.
The gift wasn't just about money or material value. It was about acknowledgement. According to insiders, the team came together to present Shedeur with something that represented trust and belief, the kind that can't be faked. In NFL locker rooms, gifts aren't random, they're statements. And this one spoke volumes. Players reportedly felt Shedeur earned it through preparation, humility, and how he carried himself during the most chaotic stretch of the season. While narratives outside the building were spinning wildly, Shedeur stayed locked in, first in, last out, never complaining. That matters to veterans. They don't follow hype, they follow work.
Junior year of high school. Yeah, well, of course, he was working out. He was coming up there with us and stuff. Yeah, I always knew, just the work ethic and how things played out, that this day was going to come. That, these guys would be here starting. This was worked for. Mm-hmm. All the work that was put in, draft prep, off season, in season, we work out every single week. We do stuff every week. Both of them. I'm here on Tuesdays, Nashville on Wednesdays. Monday's different now. So Monday before Shedeur was playing, I would be out here on Mondays. I'll be out here in Cleveland on Mondays, and we would do some stuff on Mondays, and we would do some stuff on Tuesdays. Because the biggest thing we wanted to do was, when his opportunity came, we wanted to make sure he was ready, right? We wanted to make sure his arm was in shape. We just wanted to make sure he was just on top of everything.
Why would his arm not be in shape for people that don't know?
Just because, you're the backup, so you're not getting as many reps in practice, right? So you're not taking, and that's just how it is, being the backup. You're not taking a lot of reps, you're not getting a lot of throws, because you got to get those throws and those reps to the starter. So we wanted to make sure that, we maximized his opportunity, that he was ready. So every single week, Monday and Tuesday, I spend time out here, right? Because that's their off days. So I spent time out here.
As sources claim, the locker room noticed how Shedeur handled pressure without deflecting blame or pointing fingers. Even after tough moments, he took accountability like a pro. That kind of maturity resonates fast. The Browns have been searching for leadership identity, and insiders say the gift symbolized a turning point. It wasn't about crowning him the guy publicly. It was about saying, "You belong here." Fans didn't see this moment live, but word spread quickly because locker rooms don't do things like this unless they mean it. This wasn't PR, this was culture speaking. And once culture speaks, it's hard for the outside noise to drown it out. What makes this locker room gesture so powerful is the context surrounding it, because it didn't happen after a blowout win or a perfect performance. As sources claim, it came after adversity, after criticism, after doubt. That's when gifts matter most. According to insiders, several veterans pushed for the gesture because they were tired of watching Shedeur absorb pressure without support being shown publicly. They understood what the league sometimes forgets. Quarterbacks feel everything. When a young quarterback keeps showing up steady while the world is loud, that earns respect. The Browns' locker room reportedly wanted to reinforce that Shedeur wasn't alone. The gift itself, according to sources, symbolized leadership, something tied to responsibility, not flash. It wasn't about flexing, it was about grounding. Veterans don't waste gestures, they choose moments carefully. This one came at a time when Shedeur needed confirmation that his work ethic hadn't gone unnoticed. Analysts later pointed out that locker room buy-in often precedes on-field opportunity. Coaches make decisions, but players set tone. When players rally behind a quarterback, pressure shifts upward. That's exactly what happened here. The message was subtle but undeniable. Shedeur's approach to the game earned trust. Not talk, not confidence alone. Consistency. According to insiders, the gift also served as a quiet rebuke to outside narratives questioning readiness and leadership. The locker room didn't debate those questions, they answered them. And in the NFL, locker room answers usually matter more than headlines. The reaction inside the building after the gift was presented tells an even deeper story about where the Browns are mentally as a team. As sources claim, the atmosphere shifted almost immediately. Energy felt different. Practices felt sharper. Communication tightened up. When players feel aligned, effort follows naturally. Veterans reportedly appreciated how Shedeur received the gift too. No big speech, no show, just gratitude and focus. That response reinforced why the gesture happened in the first place. Leaders don't need to announce themselves. They reveal themselves through behavior. Insiders say the moment strengthened bonds across position groups. Offensive linemen felt more invested, receivers felt more accountable. Defenders felt confident the offense would fight. That's how locker rooms work. One gesture can ripple outward. Analysts who heard about the gift framed it as an early sign of leadership recognition, not official titles, not captain patches, respect that's earned quietly. According to sources, some players even mentioned how Shedeur's preparation reminded them of veterans they'd played with before. That comparison doesn't come lightly. It means expectations rise, and Shedeur reportedly welcomed that. He didn't see the gift as validation to relax. He saw it as responsibility to elevate. That's rare. Locker rooms don't invest emotionally unless they believe the return will be worth it. The Browns players clearly believe that, and belief changes outcomes. This moment also puts pressure on the organization in ways press conferences never could. As sources claim, when a locker room publicly rallies around a quarterback, it complicates hesitation from above. Coaches can talk process. Front offices can talk timelines. Players talk trust, and trust carries weight. The gift made it clear that Shedeur has earned credibility where it matters most. Analysts noted that locker room support often accelerates opportunity, not because of politics, but because chemistry demands it. You can't ignore the heartbeat of your team forever. The Browns' internal dynamics now include a quarterback backed by peers. That changes conversations behind closed doors. It reframes evaluation. It sharpens accountability. According to insiders, the organization now has to balance its plans with reality on the ground. The locker room has chosen its stance, not loudly, not rebelliously, but clearly. The gift wasn't a challenge to authority, it was a declaration of belief. And belief is powerful. The NFL is full of talented players who never get locker room buy-in. Shedeur has it early, that's rare, and it doesn't disappear easily. When players invest emotionally, they expect reciprocation in opportunity. That expectation now exists whether leadership likes it or not. By the time news of the gift reached the public, the meaning was already cemented inside the Browns' walls. As sources claim, this wasn't about optics or headlines, it was about unity during uncertainty. Shedeur Sanders didn't ask for this moment, he earned it through consistency, humility, and resilience. The locker room responded accordingly. That response may end up being one of the most important moments of the season, not because of what was given, but because of what was acknowledged. Respect, trust, leadership, those things can't be coached into existence. They're built. The Browns are still navigating chaos, but this gesture revealed something stable underneath it. A team recognizing someone who stood firm when things got messy. Fans might debate stats. Analysts might debate timelines. The locker room already made its decision about belief, and belief often precedes breakthrough. As more details leaked out, insiders say the Browns' locker room gift wasn't just a feel-good moment, it was a calculated statement born from frustration, pride, and unity. According to sources close to the team, several veterans felt the season was drifting without a clear emotional leader, and Shedeur Sanders naturally filled that gap without forcing it. He didn't campaign for support. He didn't complain about reps, he didn't leak frustrations, he worked. That consistency rubbed off. Players reportedly noticed how Shedeur handled adversity week after week while narratives swirled around him. When the offense struggled, he didn't sulk. When criticism hit, he didn't fire back, he stayed steady. Veterans respect that more than raw talent. That's why the gift carried weight. It symbolized the locker room saying, "We see the work, even if the outside world doesn't." According to insiders, some players viewed the gesture as overdue recognition for how Shedeur kept morale intact during a rough stretch. In losing seasons, locker rooms fracture easily. Blame spreads, finger-pointing creeps in. Shedeur helped prevent that. He kept conversations productive. He stayed engaged with teammates on and off the field. That matters more than stats in moments like these. Analysts have pointed out that locker room cohesion often separates teams that spiral from teams that stabilize. The Browns may not be winning consistently yet, but the locker room choosing to rally shows they haven't quit, and they chose Shedeur as someone worth rallying around. That's powerful. According to sources, the gift also served as motivation for others. When one player earns recognition through effort, standards rise across the room. Accountability tightens. Effort becomes non-negotiable. That's culture building in real time. The Browns didn't announce a leader. The locker room did, and that kind of leadership tends to stick. Looking forward, insiders believe this locker room moment could become a defining chapter in Shedeur Sanders' NFL story, regardless of how quickly opportunity expands. As sources claim, quarterbacks rarely earn this level of respect before being fully established. When they do, it changes how organizations operate around them. Coaches may set lineups, but locker rooms set tone. The Browns now have a quarterback who isn't just preparing for opportunity. He's being endorsed for it by peers who share the grind. That endorsement carries long-term consequences. If Shedeur gets extended chances, the foundation is already laid. If he faces continued hesitation, the tension grows louder because belief is already in place. Either way, the locker room gift marks a shift that can't be undone. Players won't forget who showed leadership during chaos. They won't forget who stayed locked in when things got messy. According to insiders, moments like this often resurface years later when careers are evaluated. They become reference points. That's when we knew. The Browns are still navigating uncertainty, but this gesture revealed clarity where it matters most. Shedeur Sanders didn't demand loyalty. He earned it. And in the NFL, earned loyalty outlasts schemes, playbooks, and even coaching staffs. Fans may debate timelines, analysts may debate readiness. The locker room already made its call, and once that happens, the rest of the story usually catches up. Like the video, subscribe for more deep dives, and stay locked in as Shedeur Sanders' journey continues to evolve with the full backing of the people who share the field with him every Sunday.